Sri Lanka is experiencing a gas crisis, and on top of this there is a controversial tender to supply gas which is stirring up a lot of questions. Now Litro Gas Lanka has issued a statement providing a clarification on this very controversy, but just before we get into that, here's what has happened so far. Now we know that Litro Gas called for tenders to supply gas for 12 months. That's 280,000 metric tons of gas. A tender was called for, and we know that three companies supplied tenders. The lowest bid was made by CM Gas Singapore, which quoted $96 per metric ton. That's for freight and insurance. That's in addition to the contract price. The second lowest bid was made by Oman Trading. That was for $129 per metric ton. Now we know that thereafter, on the 5th of April, CM was informed that it was indeed awarded the tender, but however, on the 13th of May, Oman Trading made an appeal. They submitted a letter calling for various documentations to be provided, requiring clarifications on this awarding of a tender, and subsequently the previous tender awarding was suspended and the tender was awarded to Oman Trading. Now it is in response to this that Litro Gas has now issued this clarification. Now Litro says that it issued this 9-point statement, as you can see behind me, where it says that it had not been able to select CM due to the inability to source $30 million letter of credit for this purpose. Now this is where the controversy comes into the picture. Now the tender was for 280,000 metric tons, but according to Litro, CM said on the 30th of May that they can only supply 6,600 metric tons at $112, which Litro says is only sufficient for 5 days. Now let's do the mathematics. When you take 6,600, you divide that by 5 days, you multiply that figure by 365, and you have 481,800. Now which means that of the 481,000 we require, we have only tendered for 200,000. Now why is there a difference of 200,000? This Litro has not provided a clarification with regard to. Now Oman Trading, however, they remain at $129 for 100,000 metric tons. That is Oman Trading's bid offer, and that they did not change their position. So the question now comes to into the picture. How much of our money is being wasted by this transaction? The difference in freight cost is $17. That's where Oman Trading offered it for $129, and we know that CM offered it for $96. Now that's it, and they increased that to $112. That's a difference of $17. Now you multiply that by the 481,000. This is the dollar cost to Sri Lanka.